I am an old man now, but I remember my father very well. He had a strong voice and kind eyes. My father was a farmer. He worked in the fields every day from sunrise to sunset. He worked very hard to give us a good life. We were not rich, but we were happy because we had each other and lived simply. When I was a small boy, I loved to follow him to the fields. I watched him plant seeds and care for the crops. One day, while planting seeds, he said, "Be patient, my son. Good things take time. If you work hard and care for what you do, you will see great results." His words stayed in my heart. In the evenings, we sat together by the fire. My father told stories about his childhood and the challenges he faced. "Life will not always be easy," he said. "You will face problems, big and small. But remember, staying strong and not giving up is the key to success." I listened closely because I knew he was trying to prepare me for the future. One cold night, my father looked at me with a serious expression. "Son," he said, "always be honest and kind. If you are honest, people will trust you. If you are kind, people will respect you. Trust and respect are treasures you must protect in life." I nodded and promised him I would always follow his advice. Now, many years later, I still think about my father's words. When life becomes difficult, his advice gives me strength and courage. Even though he is no longer here, his wisdom stays with me. I feel like he is still guiding me every step of the way. As I grew older, I spent more time with my father. He taught me many things about life and work. One sunny afternoon, we were fixing a fence in the field. My hands were tired, and I wanted to stop. My father noticed and smiled. He said, "Never quit, my son. Even when the work is hard, finish what you start. This is how you grow strong." His words gave me the energy to keep going. Sometimes, my father would sit under the big tree near our house and talk about the future. "Son," he said one day, "always plan ahead. A wise man looks at tomorrow, not just today. If you save money, time, and effort, you will always be ready for challenges." I did not understand it fully then, but now, I know how true it is. One evening, when the sky was full of stars, my father told me about kindness. "The world can be a harsh place," he said, "but you have the power to make it better. If you help someone in need, even in small ways, you will create happiness. Kindness is like planting a seed, it grows and spreads." I never forgot this lesson. On another day, he spoke to me about learning. "Son, never stop learning," he said as he sharpened his tools. "Life is a big school. Every person you meet and every challenge you face is a lesson. If you stay curious and open, you will become wise." His words inspired me to always seek knowledge. Years later, when I faced difficult times, I remembered these lessons. My father's advice became my guide. It helped me solve problems and make better choices. Now, as I tell my story, I hope others can learn from his wisdom too. One morning, I woke up to the sound of birds singing. My father was already outside, working in the garden. I joined him, and we planted seeds together. As we worked, he said, "Life is like a garden. What you plant today, you will harvest tomorrow. If you plant good deeds, you will have a good life. But if you plant bad things, you will face trouble." His words stayed with me forever. Another time, we went to the market to sell some crops. It was a busy place, full of people shouting and bargaining. I saw my father treat everyone with respect, even when they were rude. Later, I asked him why. He said, "Respect costs nothing, but it has great value. If you respect others, they will respect you. And even if they don't, you will know you did the right thing." One evening, as the sun was setting, my father told me about patience. We were waiting for our cows to return from the field. I was tired and wanted to leave, but he said, "Patience, my son, is the key to many doors. If you rush, you may miss something important. Good things take time, and waiting is often worth it." I did not understand it fully then, but I learned its truth as I grew older. There was also a day when my father talked about forgiveness. A neighbor had borrowed something from us and never returned it. I was angry, but my father said, "Forgiveness is not for the other person, it is for you. If you carry anger, it will weigh you down. Let go, and you will feel free." His advice helped me let go of many grudges in my life. My father's words were simple, but they carried great wisdom. Each lesson he taught me became a part of who I am today. Now, as I sit here and think about him, I feel grateful for everything he shared with me. His voice, his smile, and his teachings are treasures that I hold in my heart. One winter evening, the fireplace kept us warm as the cold wind blew outside. My father sat in his old wooden chair, and I sat on the floor near his feet. He looked at me with kind eyes and said, "Son, life is not always easy. You will face hard times, but remember this: never lose hope. Hope is like a small flame in the dark. It may be small, but it can guide you." I asked him how to stay strong when things were hard. He smiled and said, "Find your strength in kindness. Help others, and you will find peace. When you feel lost, think of the people you have helped. Their smiles will give you courage." Those words stayed in my heart for years. Another day, we were fixing the roof of our house. The sun was hot, and I wanted to stop working. My father wiped his sweat and said, "Hard work builds character. If you work hard, you will feel proud of yourself. Laziness will only bring regret. Always give your best, no matter how small the task." One afternoon, we went fishing by the river. The water was calm, and the sky was blue. As we waited for the fish to bite, my father said, "Life is like this river. Sometimes it is calm, and sometimes it is rough. You cannot control the water, but you can learn how to sail. Be ready to adapt, and you will survive any storm." In the evenings, we often sat outside to watch the stars. My father loved the stars. He would point to the sky and say, "The stars remind us of how big the world is." Never think you know everything. Stay curious, and always learn. Knowledge is the key to understanding life. As I remember these moments now, I realize how much my father shaped who I am. His words were not just lessons, they were gifts. They taught me to face life with courage, kindness, and patience. Even though he is gone, his wisdom guides me every day. I remember the last birthday I celebrated with my father. He was not feeling very well, but he still made the day special for me. He gave me a wooden box he had carved himself. Inside, there was a small note. It read, "Always keep your heart open. Love and kindness will bring you more joy than anything else." That box is still with me, a treasure I will never lose. One spring morning, we planted a tree together in our garden. My father said, "This tree will grow tall and strong, just like you. But remember, it takes time. You must water it, care for it, and be patient. The same goes for your dreams. Work hard, and they will grow." That tree is now big, and every time I see it, I feel connected to him. Another time, during a stormy night, I was scared of the loud thunder. My father sat next to me and held my hand. He said, "Son, storms don't last forever. They come, they scare us, but they always pass. Life is the same. When things feel too hard, remember that the hard times will end. You just have to wait and stay strong." As the years passed, my father grew older and weaker, but his mind stayed sharp. One day, he called me to his side. His voice was soft but full of love. He said, "When I am gone, don't be sad for too long. Live your life fully. Help others, enjoy the small moments, and carry my words in your heart." His final lesson came on the day he passed away. He held my hand tightly and whispered, "Be thankful, my son. Be thankful for every day, for every sunrise, for the people you love. Gratitude will make your life rich." Those were the last words he ever spoke to me, and they have stayed with me forever. Now, as I sit here sharing these memories, I see how much his words shaped my life. My father's wisdom was simple, but it held deep meaning. Even though he is no longer here, his voice echoes in my mind. His lessons remind me to be kind, brave, and grateful every single day. Years have passed since my father's death, but his lessons still guide me. I think about him often, especially in times when life feels uncertain. His words give me strength. Every decision I make, I remember his advice: be kind to others, always. Help those in need. I still have the wooden box he gave me. It sits on my shelf, and every time I look at it, I remember his love and wisdom. Sometimes, when I feel lost or confused, I open it and hold the note inside. The words on that little piece of paper remind me of the importance of love, patience, and gratitude. One day, I decided to visit the tree we planted together. It has grown tall and strong, just like he said it would. I sat beneath its branches, thinking about all the memories we shared. The tree was a symbol of his life, full of strength, beauty, and patience. It reminded me that I, too, must continue to grow, no matter what challenges come my way. My children are now the age I was when I learned from my father. I try to pass on his wisdom to them. I tell them stories about their grandfather, about the lessons he taught me. I hope that, in time, they will understand the importance of those lessons. In the quiet moments, I often hear my father's voice in my heart. He is gone, but his spirit lives on in everything I do. His love and wisdom have shaped me into the person I am today. And I know, as long as I live, I will carry his teachings with me. Life moves forward, but the lessons we learn never fade. My father may not be here physically, but his legacy lives on in my heart, in my children, and in the lessons I continue to share with the world. His memory is a part of me, forever.